about before we went I was talking about mirror when we said why do we have mirrors? I said that normally we use a mirror to look at ourselves to know how beautiful we are or if we are in a good shape before we leave the house. But
Or
in the other
terrible,
hand,
how beautiful or terrible we are.
we are, yes, yes, yes. But in the other hand, a mirror is being seen as the reflection of our life. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Logical, logically, it's seen as the reflection of our life. How far, when we say something is a mirror of our life, it's like how far are you going? Are you making progress or are you stagnated? Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, your turn.
Why do little children stick their tongue out at people? Can you can you please explain because it is not unclearly for me. Stick their
The
tongue.
thumb. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Can you see me?
Yes, I see.
Okay, this. Can you see my thumb?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. In my place when a child sticks out sticks out his or her tongue to is a child who looks for trouble, is a child who is a troublemaker. It's something very funny. A child who sticks out his or her tongue. Usually children who like to look for trouble or they're very naughty, they always stick out their tongue.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Thank you for explanation.
Okay, okay, my turn. How do you feel after watching for 24 hours? Like, it's impossible to watch TV for 24 hours. You will get very exhausted. Your eyes will be paining you. So why would you waste your time watching TV for 24 hours?
It is impossible as for me, and I agree with you.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Okay.
working with screens, with computer, yes. Sometimes we need to spend a lot of time with screens, but watching TV, I have no so many
Okay.
time.
Okay. Your
Then
turn.
the next one, how do you feel after? The same.
Okay, you don't eliminate yours, that's why. Okay, mine says, would you prefer to be rich or beautifully poor or ugly? Why? I would prefer to be rich. Beauty doesn't really matter. Once you have the money, you'll be able to take care of yourself to be as beautiful as you want. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, when you're done with a particular thing, you eliminate it so that it doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah. Why do you make your bed in the morning? Um, because it should be in order. If I understand correctly, make your bed. It means to maintain it in proper condition or something like that. Yes.
Yes, yes, okay.
To cover it, to cover it with bed linen, to cover it with bed sheets or something like that, or blanket to
Yeah.
maintain it in proper way.
Okay, that's nice. Mine says, why do pajamas have pockets? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what you're putting in the pockets of a pajamas, but I don't know why a pajama should have pockets. I don't know.
To store some things, as example, phone or maybe cigarettes or maybe something like that, or maybe key. I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay, maybe. Okay.
The same question I will tell one more time.
Okay, mine. You don't eliminate it, that's why. Okay, mine says, oh, the same question we've already done. Mine says, which part of the body do you wish you could detach and why? No way. I don't wish to detach any part of my body. No, I don't.
Do you like swimming in the rain? Actually, if you talk about summer weather, warm outside, good people, good surround, why not?
Okay, okay. Mine says, would you still learn English if there was no English in the world? Well, yes, I would.
If you were trapped on an island, how did you get there? On an island, how did you get there? It depends on manufacturers, but of course I will try to find solution.
Okay, okay. Mine says, would you prefer to kiss a crocodile or a bear? None of the above. I'm afraid of animals.
Another one, crocodile, and another option. What is? I didn't catch.
Okay, would you rather kiss a crocodile or a bear?
Bear.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, bear, yes.
One moment, please. What are? We had it also.
Okay, let's move to something else.
The same.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Like the next, okay.
Next exercise. Okay. Let's move on. Grammar. Let's take a look at the rules. The infinitive. In English, denotes only an action without specifying either person or number. The infinitive answers the questions what to do. Sometimes it is called the identifying form of the verb. Form
Indefinite form of a verb.
indefinite form of the verb.
Mhm.
Form of the indefinite in the active voice. The simple infinitive. In the active voice is used when the action, the second verb, is expressed either occurs simultaneously with the action expressed by the first verb, or is not attached to a specific time at all. A bit difficult. Let's try to learn.
Okay, let me read that. Let's take a look at the rules. The infinitive. In English, denote only an action. The infinitive in English denote an action. That's it talks about an action without specifying either a person or a number. When you say infinitive, you say something that is uncountable. Do you understand? It does not
Yes.
specify the number. It doesn't say it is 10, does not say it is 100. Do you understand? Infinitive. It denotes an action without specifying either the person or number. You could say people came to visit us. It did not specify if it was 2 people or 10 persons. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Then infinitive answers the question, what to do, what to do. Sometimes it is called the indefinite form of a verb. Forms of infinitive in an active voice. We have the first one is a simple infinitive. The second one is continuous infinitive. The next one is the perfect infinitive. Then we have the perfect infinitive again. So now that's for the active voice. Then we have for the passive voice. So now let's read for the active voice, the simple infinitive. In simple infinitive, the simple infinitive in the active voice is used when the action, that's the second verb, it expresses either occurs simultaneously with the action expressed by the first verb or is not attached to a specific time at all. It doesn't really tell a particular time at all. Okay, you've seen the example here. Simple infinitive to plus base form of the verb to write. I like to write. Do you understand? That's for the active voice and the passive voice. Okay, let me just read it before we now go down to this. Do you understand?
A bit difficult, but I think I will need a bit more time to analyze these rules.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. The continuous infinitive in the active voice emphasizes on the duration of an action. It emphasizes on the duration of an action. Do you understand?
Yes.
Occurring simultaneously with the action expressed by the second verb, meaning one action is longer while the other is shorter. It can also be used after a modal verb. Then we have the perfect infinitive. In the active voice, is used to denote an action that precedes the action expressed by the main verb, meaning there are two actions. You know, in the continuous, they say there are two actions, but one is longer, one is shorter. But in the perfect one, we said that there are two actions, one that happened yesterday and the one that happened this morning. That is for the perfect infinitive. Two actions, one that happened yesterday and the one that happened this morning. Continuous, two actions, the one is longer and one is shorter. Okay, then the perfect infinitive again is used to indicate an action that will be completed by a specific point in the future. An action, maybe I will cook tomorrow by 8 a.m. An action that will be completed in the future, at a specific point in the future, meaning the action is happening now, but the result of his action will be available to us at a particular point. He's painting the house and he will be done painting by tomorrow. Okay, so it's also used after modal verbs. After verbs like to expect, to intend, to hope, to mean, the perfect infinitive is used to denote an action that's contrary to intentions, expectations, or hope that did not occur. Now, forms of infinitives in the passive voice. The other one was in the active voice, now is in the passive voice. The passive voice, the simple infinitive passive is used under the same condition as the active form, with only the verb form changing. The other one is to write, this one is written. Do you understand? I like to write, while the passive form is the book is expected to be written. So it's only the verb form that changes. Okay, and then the perfect infinitive passive is also used similar to the active form with only a change in the verb form. Example is when we say, she claimed to have finished the work. Now, the work is believed to have been finished. So the being there has changed it. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's just continuous practice. We will get there. Okay. Okay, 1.3. Infinitives or gerund.
I cannot image better bike. I think going.
Correct.
He agreed to buying a new car.
To buy a new car. He
Uh,
agreed to buy.
Buy a new car. Okay. The question is easy to answer.
Correct. You didn't add S? Okay.
The man asked me how to the airport, how to get.
Correct.
I look forward to see you at the weekend.
Seeing you, we already have to there. I look
Seeing,
forward
to
to
see,
seeing
yeah.
you. Yeah, seeing you at the weekend. No. No, it's ING. SEEING.
One more time. S double
Double
E.
E ING. ING.
Sorry. Okay. Are you thinking of visiting London?
Correct.
We decided to run or running.
To run through the forest.
To run. Okay. The teacher expected Sarah to study hard.
Correct.
She doesn't mind working.
Correct. Night shift.
I learned the bike at the age of 5. I learned riding.
To ride.
To ride, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I told you to do today will basically be about exercises.
Okay. The next one, put words in the right form. I enjoy in your flat. I enjoy dancing, maybe.
Correct.
He regretted not preparing,
No, not having prepared dinner.
not having preparing.
Not having prepared. ED, no. RED, prepared.
Have
Have not having prepared. Having.
okay. Mike is currently occupied. Occupied.
Occupied.
Okay. He appears on his project. He appears to be working, maybe.
Correct.
I don't know why, but it is the first idea. I have a preference. I have a preference to be going to Europe. To go to Europe.
Or going to Europe. Sorry, English is a bit complex, but we will get there.
To be going.
For going to Europe.
For going.
Yes.
Okay. I am overjoyed to see you once more. I am overjoyed
Nothing changed to see you once
to see.
more.
Yeah. He aspires to graduate from university by the time that turns 22. He aspires to be graduated.
To have graduated.
To be
That is an
graduated.
action to have graduated. Action that is happening now but will be completed in the future. To have graduated.
To have graduated, not to be graduated.
Yes, to have graduated.
Graduated. Misprint. He might hear earlier. He might be here. Just be.
It might have been here earlier.
He might
Have been here earlier.
have been. She wished him at the cinema. He wished to meet him.
To have met him at the cinema.
To have met. They anticipated considerably higher profits. They anticipated to
No, having had.
have had.
Having had.
So complicated.
It's complicated, sorry.
His brother seems to be playing football since this morning. To be playing.
To have been playing football.
To have been playing. Okay. Fill in the gaps. Maria has been working hard on her new project. She plans it by the end of the month. He plans to finish it.
No. To finish.
To finish. Is it correct? No.
Yeah.
Her manager expects the project is completed.
No, look at it again.
On time. Will be completed.
No, to be completed on time.
To be completed on time, and they are eager
Yeah.
see results. To see seeing results.
To see, you were correct to see the result.
Every day, Maria seems have been working.
To be working late into the evening. Try to read the complete sentence so you would get it right. To be working late into the evening. To be working late.
We working late.
To be, the verb to be. To be, not been. To be.
Okay. The team knows the project is challenging, but they are confident it will be completed successfully.
Correct.
They have also been informed that the project's first draft needs to be reviewed.
Correct. ED reviewed, ED.
Yeah, before submission. Last week, Maria was placed positive feedback on her progress. Last week, Maria was placed to receive.
To have received.
To have received. The feedback indicated that the draft was likely written well.
To have been written well.
Was likely been.
To have been. To have been. To have been written.
So complicated.
Very complicated.
But it required some final adjustment.
You can still go through it after the lesson when you're free. It will be very helpful.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
One of the feedback indicated that the draft was likely to have been written well, but it required some final adjustments. Despite the hard work, Maria feels motivated
To
to
finish.
finish to finish to finish the project on schedule and is hopeful that the final version will be prized by the client.
Correct. Will be praised. Will be
Yes.
praised. Correct.
What does it mean praised? What does it mean praised?
When you praise someone, you're trying to encourage the person. You're giving the person encouraging words for the good thing he has done. For example, you won a contract for your company and your boss came and said, "Oh, Yaroslav, you're such a good man. You're such an hardworking man." It's like giving someone compliment. He's praising you before your colleagues because of the good things you've done. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Still gets with the correct forms of the verbs. I take great pleasure in books during my uh, leisure time. I take great pleasure in reading.
Correct. I told you today will be exercise all through.
She assured, she assured me as soon as she had arrived. She assured me to call.
Correct.
The
We'll be
deli-
having our test in our next lesson, so try to prepare for it.
Could you repeat, please?
We will be having our test in our next lesson, so I think you should try and prepare for it.
Okay, I will try. The deliberately steered clear of about their vacation plans. The deliberately steered clear of taking
Talking.
talking
Mm-hmm.
talking. Yes,
Yes.
he invent he inadvertently fault
Inadvertently.
inadvert. Can you please repeat?
Inadvert Inadvertently failed to
In
bring.
inadvertently, a bit difficult to pronounce for me. He inadvertently failed his textbook to the class yesterday. Failed to bring.
Correct.
We are unable on a vacation this year due to financial constraints. We are
Due to
unable
financial constraints.
constraints. We are unable to go.
Correct. You see, you're gradually getting it.
She proposed at the cafe as an alternative to the park. She proposed meeting.
Correct.
It is imperative speaking English on a daily basis. It is imperative to practice.
Yes.
They are required to finish the report by Friday without exception. I find it impossible to feel anything other than excitement about the forthcoming trip. He resolved subtical form work in order to rejuvenate, taking,
Rejuvenate. Yes.
taking, not taken,
Take to take.
to take.
Yes.
Okay.
Resolve to take a sabbatical from work in order to rejuvenate. It's just like trying to take a 1 year leave in order to be able to re-strategize, to recuperate, to condition your mind to come and work again.
Okay. The new policies are anticipated in the coming months. The new policies are anticipated to implement,
To be implemented.
to be implemented. Yeah, I agree with you. To be implemented. The students released by the new instructor. Released, what does it mean, released?
Being taught.
Okay. Students released being taught by the new instructor.
Yes.
Is it incorrect? Okay. The house is in urgent need before the guests arrive. The house is in urgent need to be cleaned.
Correct. To be clean.
She felt a sense of satisfaction to the conference last year. She felt a sense of satisfaction to have been invited.
Invited, yes.
To have been invited, yeah. They are arranging prior to their extended journey. They are arranging repairing.
To have their car repaired.
To have repair.
To have their car repaired.
To have
their car repaired.
But I cannot see here a car.
Car, it's a typo error. It's supposed to be to repair car. So it's supposed to be to have their car repaired.
One more time. They are arranging to have
Their
what?
car repaired.
How can I know we are talking about car?
I said it was a typo error from anti-school.
A bit strange.
Sorry.
He finds during his work highly displeasing. He finds
Displeasing.
interruption.
Being interrupted.
He finds being
Yes.
interrupted.
Double R.
Okay. The manager felt
Felt.
the manager felt of the changes to their meeting schedule. The manager failed to inform,
To be informed.
to be informed. I was thinking about.
With ed. Correct.
To be informed.
You didn't put a space. Okay.
It is critical for.
Crucial.
It is crucial to be prepared for
Correct.
unforeseen circumstances.
It is crucial to be prepared for unforeseen circumstances. Something that you cannot predict in the future. Unforeseen circumstance.
She was thrilled the project ahead of the expected deadline. She was thrilled to complete,
To have completed.
to have completed.
Yes.
We went to great length that we were not noticed at the event in order to preserve our privacy. We went to great length to have be seen.
To see.
Difficult as for me.
Yes, I know. Sorry.
Okay. Complete the text with the words from the box. Yesterday I was abruptly reminded to call maybe.
Correct.
I had entirely overlooked, so despite my mother's repeated remembers about my obligation, I had entirely overlooked not calling maybe.
To do so. I was to do
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Despite my mother's repeated reminder about my obligations.
Okay. Admittedly, do I pronounce correctly? Admittedly, I have a reluctance.
I have a reluctance.
Admittedly, I have a reluctance. Sure, given that she persistently forgets. Admittedly, I have reluctancy not calling her maybe.
Calling reluctance. Calling her.
Okay. Given that she persistently forgets and her anew due to her recent memory decline. Forgets to tell maybe.
No, having a nephew.
Having, yeah. Okay. I endeavored her persistently. I endeavored to be
To call.
to call.
I endeavored to call her persistently, but she
but she
likely
likely
didn't
didn't hear the phone. Consequently, I turned my attention to doing my homework, attempting myself that she would be indifferent, thought truthfully, I was not entirely convinced. Attempting myself to doing myself or
convincing myself.
one more time, I didn't catch convincing.
Convincing myself.
Okay, convince, yeah. After some time, I caused my homework because my conscience urgent me again. After some times, I caused doing maybe
Yes, I ceased doing my homework.
ceased. I pronounce something. Okay, ceased. My homework because my conscience
Conscience,
conscience
my conscience urged me
urged me not calling to
to
be
try again, to try
to try
again.
to try again. Okay, to try. This time when she answered the phone, as she commented about a nephew who had never bothered to call. She comments to comply talking.
Talk.
I was genuinely
Genuinely
distressed and continued to telling her
correct.
of my previous attempts, but she persisted to complying,
Talking.
not talking,
She persisted
talking. Yes. I genuinely intended courteous. Do I pronounce correctly?
Cautious.
Cautious. I generally intended taking maybe.
No, to be cautious. When you're trying to be cautious, you're trying to be aware, you're trying
Okay.
to do things carefully.
Yet my words were poorly chosen. I expressed, I regret not calling
Mm-hmm.
earlier, but when I attempted you about my university acceptance, you seemed not to recognize me, which was this disheartening. Attempted to be
To
not
tell you,
to tell you, yes. She became upset and proceeded to complain
mm-hmm.
about my perceived ingratitude, lamenting her so difficult words.
Perceived ingratitude. Ingratitude when you are ungrateful for something, lamenting, someone who is always complaining. Ingratitude, being ungrateful for something. You don't have the
Mhm.
spirit of thankfulness.
Taking me.
To forget, inability to forget me.
Okay. The conversation was dreadful, and after I had ended the call, I tried to be no take in my mind
Mhm.
of the incident through exercises, but it proved in ineffectual.
Effectual, like everything you tried to do, you couldn't take your mind off it.
Okay. I resolved to be more considerate in our future interactions.
Okay, nice one. So
Pretty,
1.3.
pretty difficult.
Yes, I know. I told you today would just be about task, 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 task. Or
No.
exercises all through.
Can you repeat, please?
I told you today was going to be about exercises all through.
Yeah, yeah. So do we have more time, or the lesson is ended? It looks like it is
No,
ended.
we no, we still have about 21 minutes.
So let's finish this one,
Yeah.
1.3. Complete the text with the verbs from the box. My parents had some friends over for dinner. Uh, Two of them kept on thinking, maybe
Saying, saying, they
saying,
kept on saying, "Oh, all those poor
all those
people in
poor people
Africa."
in Africa, I just
My
can't,
goodness, it's about us.
I just can't stand about all their problems. I just can't stand worrying, maybe not
Hearing
worrying,
about all the problems,
thinking, hearing.
hearing about all the problems.
Okay, it makes me so sad when I think about it all. Now I am not very good at my mouth shut, so I told them at
Keeping
keeping my mouth. So I told them the best thing for people like you would be to look in the mirror. People like you
to do, would be
instead of thinking about
worrying about Africa.
worrying about Africa all the time, stop thinking about all the problems here in America. My mom wanted me to shut up,
Mm-hmm.
of course, and I really mean to
To
admitting
stop it. No, to stop it.
to stop it, but I just couldn't. When are we going to stop at the problem? When are we going to stop
Looking
looking at the problems everywhere but here? But that's impossible for people like you to do. It would mean to be
admitting
admitting that America isn't perfect. instead of thinking about the poor children in Africa, think of how to make an university education affordable for Americans who aren't rich. Or do you really think every US family is able to pay 20K or more a year for university? I really didn't mean impolite, but I was so fed up that it was. I really didn't mean to be impolite.
It's still difficult.
Um,
Okay,
it,
the last part.
it is not just so difficult. It is too difficult.
Yeah. Very difficult.
Especially if you talk
Okay.
about end of working week and working day.
Okay. Debate the role of exercise to exercise daily or exercising as needed. So, which are you going for? Exercising every day for maintaining health, or support the idea of exercising as needed based on individuals' health?
Yeah, it should be discussed in this team. I think yes.
Mhm. Which are you in support of? Exercising every day or exercising at your will?
One moment, please. Maybe the second one.
Okay, probably because you don't exercise every time because of the nature of work.
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
actually, we need to do it.
yes, yes. Exercising every day to maintain health. I think it's more necessary than exercising at our own will.
Yeah, I agree with
Okay,
you.
that's fine. So, what did you like the most about the lesson? What did you find challenging or difficult about the exercises? Well done.
As we discussed before, it was really difficult to choose correct forms of verbs, and those structures are uncommon, and I don't use it every day, but I think we should.
Do it more.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, it's fine. So, this you try to do it at your spare time or your free time. Do you understand? It will
yeah.
also, all right, no problems. Thank you. Yes. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate. And good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you too, and have a good weekend, a good evening. Bye,
Okay,
and see
you
you on
have a
Monday.
good night and good weekend. Okay, bye.
Bye bye.